How's it going, guys? So, as you can see, I thought I might do this out here today because it's a really nice day, and why the heck not, you know? So, sup? So one thing I thought I'd do for you guys today is one staple of our house is that we have so many sharp things. Sharp, pointy things, i.e. knives, i.e. swords, i.e. things that can kill. In fact, when our house got shot quite a few ways back, the cops showed up to investigate. One thing that they mentioned was that we might not have so many pointy things on our walls. We did not take his advice. So, I thought I'd go ahead and share all of these fun things with you because why not? First though, we gotta get the intro. Roll it. First up, I want to talk about the things that I actually carry on me all the time. So this is my main knife. This is a Benchmade Barrage. It's pretty sick. It's all black. Yeah, it's awesome. We got a lot of knives to get through, so I'm not going to go into specifics on very many. This is a folding knife. Flips out. Is assisted. You can probably. Second knife I keep on me most of the time. I actually keep this in my car, but I started carrying it with me all the time. It's this Leatherman right here. Look at it. It's so cool. It's green. It's got the plier things. It's great. This little thing down here, that's a little pommel. You can hit shit with it. I mean, I wouldn't do it like that. I'd probably close it like that and then hit shit with it. But you get my point. I mean, it's got a knife with a topographical map. It's got a safety whistle. It's got all sorts of stuff. It's a pretty cool knife. Yeah. Moving on to the next one. Next, continuing with the pocket knife theme, we have the stuff that's just kind of on our table. So this is the first one. It's so small and tiny, and I love it. Hey, babe. This was actually my first knife, my second knife ever. The first knife I got was a multi-tool knife, which I don't know where it is anymore. I think I lost it, and I got it accidentally from the Boy Scouts. I say accidentally because there's a point where if you get so many like badges, or at least this is how it was when I was there, if you get so many badges, you can like order things from like this catalog. And so I ordered like a lantern, and instead this knife showed up, which was, I definitely had to have a lot more badges to get that knife, but I wasn't about to say no. This is the second knife I ever got. It came in a package. It's a good knife. Moving on. A while back, Tulsa noticed that I always carried a pocket knife on me, right? And she started to notice how useful it could be, but she never really considered carrying one because it's not very common in Sweden. In fact, having anything that's dangerous or deadly in Sweden is kind of So she went out and she got herself this guy. It's got like a galaxy print on it. It's supposed to just flip out all the way, but I am not very good at flipping it out. Maybe I can do it. Hey, there we go. It's pretty sick nasty, if you ask me. I don't know what it's made out of. It says Rough Rider on it. It says RR1920 China. And the last pocket knife I have for you all is a pretty special one. This knife. This is actually the knife that my sister's husband, Matt, gave me when I was his groomsman for their wedding. It's an automatic knife, much like my the first one that we saw, my Benchmade. So it just kind of automatically opens. Hi. It says TJ on it. Hopefully that's not backwards, although I understand if it is. It says groomsman right here, and the date of their wedding. It's a little scratched up because I dropped it on the cement. But it still works and it still looks good. It's got a fire starter in it. I think I can Yeah, there we go. Pretty sick. It's got a little flashlight on it. This little guy right here. Turn it on, put it back in here, bam, blinded. Yeah, it's a pretty sweet little knife. I'm really grateful that he gave it to me. 3CR13 China, whatever that means. All right, the next one we have on the list is actually gonna be our pretty knives, probably one of the most famous knives from our house. This is actually the throwing knife for it. It's this nice little neochrome with this like, I don't know, is that a paracord wrap on the handle? I don't know. It's pretty cool though, and it's sick. To go along with that, we have this sword, which is awesome. It's also that sick ass neochrome with the paracord wrap. Really nice, really industrial. It's actually what we used, sorry, to cut down all of the grass in the backyard here. Works great, it's super sharp. All right, now we're moving on to our little bit more traditional swords. So we only have two real swords in the house, which is kind of disappointing, but we can also fix that. So this is my sword. This is the first sword I ever got, ever. My parents gave it to me when I was 13, 14 years old, something like that. It's this really nice shiny chrome. It's got this pirate on it. It's got this cool ass sheath to go with it. It's got a pirate on it as well. It's pretty. Did you hear that? Did you hear that swoosh? Nah, I don't know. It's pretty, it's one of my favorite swords, I will say. It's one of my favorite swords, if not my favorite, because it's so pretty and it's real and it'll cut the shit out of you. Now moving into the fake swords, and by fake swords, I mean swords that are not sharp, swords that don't have a full tang handle, so if you actually started hitting stuff with them, they'd probably just break in half because they're not made of very good steel. They are just not gonna withstand it. Starting with this one. This is a sword that I actually got Tulsa for like Valentine's Day, I think. It's got this really nice wood pattern to it. It looks really nice. It feels really nice in the hands. We've definitely used these to sword fight before. You can actually see, you might be able to see a little chink in it right there. Maybe not, but we've used this to sword fight before and it works pretty well, I will admit. Moving on. I do not technically own this sword. This is actually Tulsa's. I think she got it in Sweden. I'm not 100% sure. It is a samurai sword, you know, the classic sword. Ha! It's got this really cool design on it. I really like this design that's right there. It's I don't know, I just really like it. It's also got this kind of interesting imprint on the stuff right there. And it's got a really nice clink when you shut it. Last up for our real fake swords, we have this Mamma Jamma. Now this is kind of curved. You should be able to see that. It's got this really nice weird curve to it. And it's hard as shit to take out, oh, plastic. To take out and put back in. But it's got this really nice look to it. It is shockingly made out of 440 steel, which is not the same, but pretty similar to the steel that's on my pirate blade. This is also a blade that I got for Tulsa for a Valentine's Day or birthday or something like that, because it's got a friggin' dragon on it, guys. Oh, it's got a friggin' dragon on it. Yeah, and it's got this this inscription here. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, inscription right there. Yeah. I really expected it just to be some like bullshit Chinese letters that spell out like egg or something like that, or maybe sausage. But no, it actually means something, which is kind of cool. Next up on the docket, we got the weird ones, the ones that don't necessarily look like anything specific, but are pretty cool. I take that back. One of them is a specific type of knife or whatever. This is that specific type of knife. This is a Bowie knife, or as close as I can come to it. It's pretty sick, and there's actually a story behind this one. So I wanted a big knife like this for a long time, right? I wanted it since I was like 12, 13, something like that. Basically since I got my big sword. And my mom bought it for me for Christmas. But she didn't give it to me at Christmas. In fact, she told me, she was like, yeah, there's something I bought you that I didn't give you. And I was like, what? Why? She's like, because I don't want to give it to you anymore. And it was this thing. And the reason that I have it today is because she gave it to me like 6 months or a year later. She waited that long to give me this knife. I mean, I get it, I was young, but still, it's really cool. Hi. It's got this little engraving right there. You can kind of see it. That is from a movie. It's also got this cool little hidden compartment. You twist this pommel off, and out pops a compass. You can see that. Oh. There's some matches, there's like a fishing kit. There's all sorts of fun shit in here. What is that? And there's something else on the inside. Don't know what it is though. So yeah, it's like a survival camp Bowie knife. Yeah, made in China. Next we have this guy. This guy is friggin' wicked. I'm not really sure how you're supposed to hold this because it looks like just... This is broken. There's a big old crack right here. Huh. Who'd have guessed? I'm not really, because the handle looks like you're supposed to hold it like this, right? But then it curves back this way. This part's not sharp though. This portion is very sharp, and this portion is very sharp, but it's just kind of like, it feels backwards, you know, from where you should be slicing and cutting, where you would think you would be like that. But now you're backwards. Maybe it's to really rip open skin. I don't know. This is Tulsa's knife. So she got this in Sweden. I don't know any other story behind it. All right, and finally, we got this guy. This is mine. This is mine, and this thing is friggin' awesome. You got 2 blades, one here, and then you got these stabby pointy things right here, which is awesome. And then these are actually sharp in here too, so you gotta be careful with those. Very easy to cut yourself with these. Be very careful. These things actually have a really cool feature, which is where if I press this button on the back, they come apart. And they're 2 knives now, and they each have 2 of the things, plus the little cutter things on the end. I don't know terminology, just stop, okay? I got these when I was really young too. I got these about the same time that I got my pirate sword. I don't have an exact date. I remember just being in the Topeka Mall, and at that point there was a sword shop there, and this was there, and I was like, oh, I gotta have it. Gotta have it, that's mine, through and through. One of the best things that I've done with this is play Fruit Ninja, real life Fruit Ninja. It's awesome. You can slice this way, you can slice this way, or you can punch them. Punching them actually does a lot more damage than you would expect. It really just slices the thing right in half. One time I caught a cantaloupe. And that's gonna wrap it up for today. There is one more knife that I didn't show. It's a pocket knife. It's actually the one that I used to keep on me all the time. But I can't find it. It's a real shit knife. It's a Gerber. I have to use 2 hands to open it because it's so stiff from being opened and being used all the time. You would think that would make it smoother. Nah, it didn't. It just made it a lot more difficult to open, which sucks, which is why I got a new one. But nevertheless, that wraps it up for this video. Thank you for tuning in. I will talk to myself later, and yeah, roll the outro.